How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. First, we're going to start off by opening some boxes that I got the other day. Adjust. So I've got a few boxes to open. We'll open this one last because this is the best. Alright, so these two boxes right here are just new wheel studs for the car, because it did have some broken ones, so new wheel studs. This is new NGK Platinum spark plugs for the car. Needs 8 of them because it's V8. And then finally got the power steering pump in. So gotta get power steering pump. Just need to pull the old one off and then switch everything over. And I got new lug nuts for the car, because the ones that are on there are gold, and with the bronze wheels that are going to be on there, the gold won't go good. So these are black ones, and these will work really good. Plus it was missing like 2 of them anyways. Alright, now for the last. This is one thing that I've been waiting on for about a month. They were on back order, and finally got it. There's the line. Some bolts. Alright. There we go. My Chase Bays Hydro. That's nice. Let's go into the car and I will show you where this is going to be mounted. Okay, so here's my Hydro. It is just kind of sitting in there right now. Nothing's mounted yet, but this is basically where it's going to go. Hopefully it should tuck in there good. Of course the carpet's going to have to get trimmed back a little bit because it's over, but there's plenty of room because there's nothing in here, so it's plenty of room for the lines. This system for right now is a pass-through, so the stock brake line is going to be plumbed into this one, and then it's going to go from here to the back brakes. Eventually, later on, this will be set up with a reservoir on it, and there's plenty of room right here for the reservoir because it doesn't stick up very far. So I mean, there's plenty of room for reservoir here. Even if I had to put a remote reservoir back into this area, there's plenty of room. And where I sit and drive, it's not that far over to just move hand over. I mean, that should be easy. I don't think that's anything. I might, if I have the room, which I know I do, is probably slide it back just a little bit more. That way it's away from there. It's kind of, I think that's better. And there's still room for when I put the panel back on here, to trim for this. So there's going to be easily, I'll just take this off where it comes here and then go around and then come back in to give me the room for this. So I like that. Next, I gotta, you know, move a little bit more, kind of get this out of the way and move some of the carpet so that way we can mount this down. Let me pull this out real quick. And this came, I got the original, I got the optional metal plate for the bottom. It's just loosely bolted on, so that way it can be mounted and welded in to the car, so it'll be a lot stronger, because I mean this is something you're going to be yanking on hard, so it has to be on there strong. I definitely like the way this looks. I bought this one versus some of the other ones. It's nice, it's slender, it's a sleek design, and I kind of like Chase Bays. Some of their stuff they have is really good, and they also offer a lot of things that are like, what, S13, because basically that car has a lot of S13 parts on it. Almost the whole sub cage underneath the back for the rear end, all that kind of stuff, all the control arms in the back and all that kind of stuff are S13. So the brake lines that I got with it, it all should tie into the system on the car. Should tie into it pretty good, because most of it is, like I said, S13, and well, this is basically an S13 kit. So here it is with the part of the center console on. I don't have the top on. That's, you know, all that, and the other pieces inside the shed. So it is still a little tight in there. I mean, you got the room for the Willwood, you know, cylinder down there. So I think this is how it's gonna go. I mean, I could still, you know, I was thinking about maybe sliding it back a little more. That way I can get to the shifter better. But any way I do it, it's gonna fit right in here. So whether I go a little farther up or right about here, which I'm kind of leaning towards right about here. And if I do that, let's get this out of the way. You know, there's, you know, a hunk of metal there, and I've got some holes here, which, you know, maybe I can try to bolt it down, weld it down into this area. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to stick it right about in there. And then, of course, back in here, it is going to be raised, so there's going to have to be something built up back here to hold the back of it up. Because this thing needs to be sturdy, because I'm going to be yanking on it. Alright. Let's go ahead and take this apart. We're probably going to clean this up, and then we're going to maybe figure out how to get welding. I might, that's the thing, is like this one bolt right here, I was thinking about putting it into one of these holes, kind of as like a guide. So it's like if I put a screw through here, which I've got one that's longer, and it'll go through and it threads into this, then basically that'll be right there, and then I can bolt it down and then start welding and kind of fitting it right there. I think that's how it's gonna have to be. Well, all right, let's start getting. All right, I don't know if you can see it, but there is one screw right there holding it down. So it is you know, in there. So I'm thinking this is where it's gonna go. It has a little bit of room on the side right here, so it moves nice and freely. It still gives me room to get in and shift gears and put it down in first. And plenty of room to pull. Hopefully it doesn't have that big of a pull. Hopefully it's just, you know, a slight. But and the other thing is the other steering wheel also is a little bit farther in because it's got a dish plus the adapter. So my steering wheel is going to come from about here out to here. So right now I have to basically pull my hand back, but with the new steering wheel, it's basically, I should just be able to come off and go straight over because of where it's going to be located to where this is. So I think this is going to work for perfect right where it's at. So next, we're going to go ahead, I've already got the metal clean, so we're going to go ahead and weld this right on the edge right there, and then we can go along the front and weld there, and then we'll have to make some brackets around and down the side to hold this on tight. And I have plenty of metal, so not a big deal. So, but now we can go ahead, we'll go ahead and take the brake off and leave the bracket on, and then basically it's just weld it where it sits. So I decided I'm going to take a little bit of a break from the hydro because I want to get the new steering wheel in first, so that way I can kind of, man, it's windy all of a sudden, so that way I can see where the steering wheel and the hydro lay together. Because right now, you know, the steering wheel here, hydro's there. I know the steering wheel is going to move back some when I get the new one in, which it'll be in tomorrow. So for right now, we're going to bedline the trunk basically. I've got some truck bed liner, and we're going to clean this all up, which make it look better. So this is what it looks like now. To this. So took me about 2 cans of bed liner. I'm not too stressed about the side because there is panels that go across the sides. There is no panel that go across the floor. So I wanted the floor to look, you know, decent, because there's panels, you know, that go here, 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 here. I'm missing one for the floor, which is fine, but just gonna leave it like that, which is the way it's gonna stay. Plus, looks cleaner, looks better. Alright, I guess now it's just, maybe I'll do some cleaning on the interior, who knows, but basically it's going to be, the next part is going to be when I get my steering wheel in, and we're going to get the steering wheel mounted and work on the hydro some more. Alright, so like I said, I was going to get my steering wheel installed before we mounted the hydro permanently. So, well, I got my some stuff in, so here's my NRG seats that I got in, and they're nice. Harness bar and my NRG steering wheel. Alright, so one thing is, this is a nice box. I mean, I've ordered, you know, steering wheels and all that kind of stuff, you know, but usually like my steering wheels are Grant or something like that. Never had an NRG, but I mean, like, this box is like really crazy. So it's just a simple black on black, nothing. It's leather. I didn't want, you know, the Alcantara, whatever the heck it's called, Alcantara. because this is like a daily, and I know the grease from your hands can really get on that stuff, so I just got a all leather one, nothing major. Steering wheel adapter's back there somewhere. Came with a sticker. Alright, so I've already got the battery disconnected. And then I pulled the two panels off the side of the steering wheel to get access to the airbag mount. And lucky that I had big enough torque spits, and also lucky I had ones that had a hole in the middle, because where's my finger? There it is. These torque spits won't focus, has the rod in the middle of it, so you got to have the torque spit with a hole in the middle. So first we got to get the airbag off, then the big bolt, then we can pull the steering wheel off and get the new one on. Guess I should have had the camera on for that, because I went to pop the steering wheel off and I noticed there's no bolts holes to put it in. Well, there's one. Usually you put like a steering wheel puller on here, helps pull the steering wheel off. Well, I was gonna have that steering wheel puller so I could pull it easy. Well, notice there's no holes, so then I was like, alright, fine. We'll just yank it like Chris Rudnick does. So I grabbed it and yanked it, and it just flew right off. So I'm wondering if it's ever had a steering wheel on it, because this thing just came off way too damn easy. So now I just got to get the airbag system off of this, and then we can get the adapter on the steering wheel. This is adapter for a 97 S14, because basically a lot of the, I think I said that before in a video, but a lot of same year S13, S14 parts fit on this car. So got a S14 steering wheel adapter. Now I just gotta get that off and get this back on. Alright. Well, this sucks, because I've been asked on Facebook, Instagram, everything, what steering wheel adapter to get. Everybody said same thing. S14, S13, whatever, you know, same year. So that's what I ordered. And it's all the way in like it's supposed to. I mean, it lines up the way it's supposed to, really nice. But the actual spline on this is smaller than this. So needless to say, I'm not getting my steering wheel on. So I guess I gotta go research and find a new one or something. I mean, this was only, you know, like, what was it, $6 or something like that. So I mean, it's not like, you know, that bad, but still kind of ticks me off, because now I've got to find something new that fits, because this is the way it would have looked. And I mean, that's really nice. And then on top of that, because I was like, let's see if I can get that crap to say, is I wanted to, before I permanently mounted the hydro, I wanted to make sure that this is good the way it lines up, and it did kick it back enough. So I think I'm going to live with where the hydro is. So I guess we're just going to have to end this video here. But I'm going to go in, find me a new adapter, order that. Hopefully it's less than 10 bucks, because I hate wasting money. But this is where the hydro is going to be. I like the placement with the new steering wheel, so I I guess we're gonna have to pick this up in the next video, is while the steering wheel adapter is being shipped, is we're gonna go ahead and yank the center console back out and go ahead and mount the hydro for real. Alright, like, subscribe, comment, catch you in the next video.